Good evening and welcome. My name is Paul Morris. I'm your host for the call this evening, and you've dialed into the Vista 2.0 conference call. This is our corporate update call. We do these every Sunday evening at 10, and we're for now we have a lot of people in the field doing them. We're also hosting one on Thursday evenings. That's what this call is, where we bring in some of the field leaders and let you hear from them, people just like yourselves, people in your peer group, let you hear what their impression is of this program. And I'm involved because I met a gentleman by the name of Armin. He'd flown in to check out a software company, and I'm real good friends with the close friends with the owner of the software company. He said, "Hey, Paul, you got to get over here. You got to meet this guy." And so we met and spent a day together, and that's where our friendship began. And I got to tell you, when friends telling me about it, saying, "Yeah, it's a cryptocurrency." He goes, "Oh yeah, there's dozens of those out there. There's one starting every month right now." And he said, "No, but this one seems a little bit different." And I said, "Well, it sounds to me like another one like all the other ones, and they're all scams." And he said, "No, you got to meet this guy." Well, when I met Armin, I knew this was the real deal. I met a real person. I met a person with a heart. I met a person that really cared about that new distributor. He cared about the low-volume distributor. He cared about the distributor that is not some big heavy hitter superstar. And he said, I want to design something where people can make money without having to recruit lots of people or be master salesmen or anything. I want the average person to be able to have a little home-based business and earn some extra money in the crypto space. And he just emphasized that over and over again. I said, wow, here's a guy that's got really got a heart for that new distributor and the ones that, aren't, the super salesmen. And so that got my interest in the beginning. And then we talked a little bit, and I'm still seeing, nice guy, but still sounds like all the others. And then he reached in his briefcase, and he pulled out a thing that I just had to catch my breath. And when I saw it, I gasped, and I said, what is that? And he held it in the palm of his hand, and he said, this is a mini miner. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to produce these in massive quantities, and we're going to decentralize, sort of be an industry disruptor to these big mining operations that are going on around the world. And if you're familiar with any kind of mining farms, they're massive warehouses. These are warehouses that are 30, 40, 50,000 square feet. They're massive warehouses, and there's racks and racks and racks. So they look like servers, but they're actually mining machines. And they're just all day long, all night long, 24 hours a day. They're just mining cryptocurrency coins digitally. And if you're familiar with that, what they do is they have an alphanumeric algorithm that just hashes out these codes until they get the block together and it spits out a coin. Then they go and do another one. And these operations, they suck up a lot of electricity. They're very impactful on our environment. In a negative way. They just consume massive amounts of electricity just to run the operation. And then the mining machines throw off an enormous amount of heat, and then you got to cool them down or the parts would melt. So we got to have all this air conditioning in there, which consumes more electricity. And so we have something that's really destructive to our environment. And Armin had the vision when he saw this little machine of just thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands and eventually millions of people with this little mini miner. So now people can mine in their own home. I knew one couple that was very good friends of mine. They live here locally in South Florida, and the husband started hooking some computers up to do some mining. It was so noisy and it was so hot. She finally said, hey, I'm going to move out and live somewhere else if you're going to keep this mining operation going in our home. So they are noisy and they do throw off a lot of heat. But this little device is going to use somewhere around probably less than $5 a month of electricity, give or take a few cents, depending on what your kilowatt hours are. And it's totally silent. And the best part is it throws off zero heat. And so now just imagine how we can decentralize these massive mining operations into just, hundreds of thousands of these little mini miners all over the globe. Then we can do a real favor to our environment by eliminating, that massive amount, use of electricity. But the real secret to this little mini miner is that, not only does it go online and it mine coins, it plugs into the big, huge Vista complex that synergizes all of these to work together. Now, you can mine so many coins at a certain rate when you get one computer, but when you start linking them all together, you get a synergistic effect that is where the sum parts total up to greater than the whole. So what you're able to do is they just go bigger and better and faster. So the real secret's not this little device that we're buying. And by the way, a lot of people say a little device, oh, that looks like a Raspberry Pi. And I'm not talking about the one you'd eat with ice cream on it. I'm talking about, that's PIE. This is PI. The Raspberry Pi is it's a little kind of a little toy minor thing that was developed, and everybody thinks that's what we're marketing. It is not what we are not selling Raspberry Pis here. This is a very sophisticated, upgraded, maybe we could say it's like a Raspberry Pi on steroids, but even more so than that. It's got a CPU coupled with a GPU. It's got real fast chips in there. It's got all kinds of computer interface connectors attached to it, and it is just an amazing little device. But even that's not the secret. The secret is what it plugs into. When you plug it in, you can plug it into your router at home. You can attach to your Wi-Fi, and it's actually a little computer. You can watch Netflix movies on it if you hook a monitor up to it. You can do that with it as well, all while it's mining. As a matter of fact, some people are going to want to put in 2, 3, 4, 5 of these in their home, make a little home-based business out of it. Well, these devices, when they're plugged in to the Vista Central computers, and they're all working in synergy, that's where the magic happens. And so when you purchase the unit, it's not the unit you're buying, it's what it does. And a lot of people, sometimes you buy, you don't buy a drill because it's a drill. You buy a drill because you want a hole. A lot of people buy vitamins not because they want a bottle of pills on their counter that they have to swallow every day. They buy it because they want what it does. They want the better health. And so don't look at this for what it is. Look at it for what it does. And then when you look at what it does, you think, oh, so it mines coins. Well, it does a lot more than mining coins. What will it do if it generates, earnings for you? It can liberate you. It can move you toward financial independence. It can give you the extra money to do little extra things in life. Maybe you've got a spouse that's going to the mall and working in the mall. Matter of fact, I'm a member of the Direct Selling Association. The DSA did a survey a couple of years ago and said the number one reason that women join network marketing is they want to be able to contribute to the family earnings without having to leave the children and go get a job at the mall. Well, this is just something where, families can set these up in their home, have a little home-based business going on, and be doing a big favor to the environment all at the same time. We've taken this whole concept, and by the way, we have totally exclusive to that device. You'll not see that same device being sold by anyone anywhere else in the world. And I've always heard when I was a little kid that if you want to, have to make fortunes, is build a better mousetrap. So if you build a better mousetrap, the world will beat a path to your door. Well, the world is going to beat a path to your door because this is the better mousetrap, and there's nothing like it, and we're the only ones with it. So we've got an incredible opportunity here, folks, incredible opportunity to have a home-based business. Some of you that are sales-oriented, I believe you can sell these things like hotcakes. They actually have a suggested retail of $1,495. We anticipate, and there's no guarantees whatsoever here. Matter of fact, we don't guarantee this will, generate any amount. We're just saying that because of our trials and our bench testing and some of the trial runs we've done, that we're anticipating that this will produce somewhere between 100 to maybe, as we get more online and they synergize together, up to $150 a month in cryptocurrency coins. And they can be programmed to mine particular coins. You want to mine Litecoin or Ethereum or Bitcoin, it can be programmed to do that, and you'll be advised which ones are the best one to be mining at that particular time during the year, because different coins have different values and they're going up and down and that sort of thing. So it's an amazing little device, and well worth that $1,495 because people will be able to earn enough to offset the cost of that in a relatively short period of time, and certainly well less than a year. And then all of a sudden it's just all pure earnings that are coming into you. But the pot gets even sweeter here, because we've just structured a way that you can, the official announcement will be Sunday night. I'll let a little cat out of the bag. For those of you that have dialed in, we're going to do our own easy payment plan on that, where people can be able to, because we know a lot of people in the network marketing industry perhaps don't have a lot of cash hanging around. Perhaps they're with a company that went out of business, still owes them a lot of money, and so they're a little frustrated. Say, how am I going to be able to afford this? Well, we brought it down to where it's affordable to the masses. And that is a down payment of $595. Of course, in the state of California, you get taxes on that, but there are other 49 states that will be marketing this when they first batch arrives, it'll be $595. Sales commissions, full sales commission will be paid on that to the person that made that sale, and then it'll be $75 a month for the next 12 months, which if this thing, let's say it's earning $100 a month, you can make your monthly payments out of the earnings from the machine. So the $595 may be the only outlay out of your pocket for this. So again, no guarantees there, but we're very optimistic about what we believe this is going to do. Well, that's who we are. That's what we're all about. We're about this mini miner. It's a real product being sold by real people. Some of our guests tonight will talk about this fact that these are real people. And again, I've spent a day with Armin, and I know he's real. And I think that's a refreshing breath of fresh air here in an industry where everybody's hiding behind addresses in Singapore or Nigeria or some other place, and the owners want to be anonymous, and because they're going to grab your money and run because they were scams to begin with. But you'll be refreshed to know they have a corporate office right here in Glendale, California. The people are real. You can go there, you can meet them, shake their hand, give them a big hug. It's a real program, and it's got a real product. Most programs that are in this space don't have a product. And so we have a real product here, and so we're really excited about that. We've also connected with one of the premier software company in the world in terms of back office software that can handle blazing fast transactions. I mean, we could sign up 1,000 people a minute here, and it would not hiccup. It's just blazing fast. It does everything real time. It's just the most amazing software program. It's over 20 years in development, about $6 million in R&D into it, and that's the software that's driving this. It's just an amazing software program. You'll literally learn to appreciate that. And then what we've done when I say this is Vista 2.0, somebody probably wondering, well, what was Vista 1.0? Well, that was their startup. And the genius in all of this, Armin and his partners said, let's roll this out with a three-phase rollout. Phase one will just build the infrastructure. We'll get all that in place, and we'll let people get in and just kind of play around with the cryptocurrency space a little bit. And then phase two, we'll upgrade everything for global expansion. We'll get the real heavy-duty, software program. We'll get a good comp plan, and that's where I was brought in on the scene here to help structure a real amazing comp plan that is probably the best the industry's ever seen. And we've been working on that for the last few weeks, and that's now been unveiled. And we have a comp plan that is designed to allow the person that just wants to go out and sell to earn a decent commission. For a person that wants to put a little sales team together, be a sales manager, and put a sales team together and let them go out and sell these, they can get a bonus management override on that of $150 on top of the $145 commission. Talked to someone earlier today, said, we'll probably add a couple $100 onto it and say we give, we'll check on them every month and give them a monthly service on that, and they'll give them a larger commission. You're certainly welcome to do that. Then we took and put this into a 2x20 mega matrix. So that if somebody brings in, two people, it fits on their first level, and then the third one spills down onto that, and the fourth one spills down onto that one. It'll go down to 4, 8, 16, 32, and that'll allow the person that maybe just sponsors one person, that big leg just takes off, and they just can't get that second one. They can be earning money in the matrix, even if they've only, sponsored, one person that really took off with this thing. And I think that's another great feature, because a lot of times, like even in a binary, and we do have a binary component to this, we call it our dual team. It's not discussed on calls like this, but once you're involved with this, we'll share that with you. That's a powerful part of our program. But a lot of times you can sponsor Tom on the left and Dick on the right, and Harry on the left and George on the right, and then Mary on the left and Susan on the right, and Tom doesn't do anything, but Dick takes off with it, and Harry doesn't do anything, and George takes off with it, and Mary doesn't do anything, but Barbara takes off with it, and you got 3 or 4 of the top leaders in the country all down one leg in your binary, and you don't make a dime. Well, that won't happen here because of the other aspects of our comp plan. You can still earn money. And then we have other things. We have a fast start bonus that's not even just a couple levels deep. It goes down to 6 levels deep of $50, 20, 20, 20, 20, 25 more levels of $20. And then on top of all that, we put on a matching bonus. And I've had a lot of experience with the comp plans. I've written a number of them over the years. And then we had one for the last 10 years where we actually paid somebody millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars And when we analyzed it, only about 15% of it came from the dual team part of it, and the other 85 came from the matching bonus. So we know the power of having a matching bonus, and so we implemented a matching bonus on this, but not just one matching bonus. We have 2 matching bonuses. But then we thought, yeah, you know what? This is so hot. Let's add a 3rd matching bonus. So we have a matching bonus on every earning stream of this comp plan. And so those matching bonuses will blow you away. We can't, in fact, they're so powerful we're not even allowed to talk about them on our conference calls. We'd be accused of touting and enticement and everything else. So all I can tell you is you'll be blown away when you see the power of these matching bonuses. But what I want to do right now, and I'm looking to see if we've got, I don't know, I know Armin has got some guests in from halfway around the world, from down under, but I don't see Armin on here. Armin, are you on the call with us tonight? Maybe they're going to be dialing in a few minutes. They're out there, and he's going to introduce our guests from...
hey, Paul.
Oh, there you go. Okay, Armin, how are you?
Hey,
this is a real treat tonight. Normally, Armin's only going to join us on Sunday evenings. We need Armin busy running the company. He is our CEO. That stands for Chief Executive Officer, and that translates to he's the guy running the company. He's running the show out there, and he's got to be doing all the things behind the scenes to keep the company going. I know Jay Van Andel, who was co-founder of Amway, every time we had a Diamond Club meeting, he'd say, the number one function of any business is to remain in business. And it takes the CEO back to the corporate office behind the scenes running the show, and that's where Armin's going to be. But he'll join us on Sunday.
Paul.
We have a special treat. He's coming
That's
on
a big
tonight
compliment. Thank you so much.
to introduce some guests. So, Armin, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Thank you. That's a really big compliment. Rich DeVos and Jay Van Andel were my heroes and our mentors when we were in Amway. I don't think we can ever be as good as them. But we have a special treat today. We have some great leaders that are going to come on and give some great testimonies, people who are building really strong out there, the people in the front and center, super excited about Vista, super excited about their future, and super excited about becoming Bitcoin millionaires through our platform. So today I'm here with a couple of friends, and I'm just going to turn the phone over to this crew here. We got Cameron. Hi, Paul.
Hello. Welcome to the call. Welcome to our family.
Hayden, and we have Steve.
Hey.
These young guys, the super professional team here, flew in from Australia, down under, the great country of Australia. Well, you know, Paul, it is said that Bitcoin was created by an Australian.
Yeah.
So they're all fired up about that, right? And then, of course, it was named after Japanese. But this crew here came down to corporate, and they're going back to Australia to really put the vision and mission of Vista on the Australian ground and build a massive movement over there. So I just want to get off the phone and pass the phone over to one of their team members, Steve, who will share with you for a few minutes, and then we'll go back to you, Paul. Hold on. Here's Steve.
Good afternoon and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we, Paul and guests?
We're doing well, and we're excited that you're standing right there in the corporate office. Just kind of tell them what your impression has been after being there for the day.
Yeah, first of all, we started this movement over. We've heard about Vista for some time now, and really embraced this business the last few weeks. To the point that we actually decided to commit to jumping on the plane and coming all the way over to California to actually see what Vista is all about and why we're so excited about it. At this point, we're happy to report it's very, very real. It's a real office with real people, real income potentials, and we're really behind the massive movement of Vista and the product and what it delivers. What most excites us is, is just the amount of effort and integrity that Armin and his crew have gone to actually generate a real business that actually offers an incentive to people that want to come on board and share the vision of Vista, which is effectively the mini miner. We've actually got to witness this product in operation. We've seen the trading rooms here, so we've seen some of the bots in action, and we're more pleased to actually see the hospitality and the genuine heart of what Armin and his crew have actually had to offer, because if we believe in the people, we know the product will deliver. We actually know then that he cares about the people and what it's going to deliver. One of the great things, too, that's actually we've seen unveiling over the last few days, Paul, is actually the website, Vista 2.0. From what we know, it's a $6 million website. It's been quite easily operational. Some of our new affiliates and people looking at the business at the moment have found it quite informative, nice and smooth. The support team has been behind us if we've found any bugs behind the scenes to actually report back and actually get back to our team. So we're not replying to 1 million people at once. We're replying with one message that's very transparent and true. One other thing that really had excited us was the way that it's launched in terms of the product. So I know that we've talked a little bit about the $14.95 retail price for the mini miner. But the other thing too is I'm not sure if we've discussed it, but exactly how we plan to launch it into the hands of mums and dads and investors and our fellow MLMs. And that's at $5.95 or $75 per month. Now, this isn't quite written yet, but we know that with the first batch going out and also the thousands and thousands upon order, there's people that want to get hold of the mini miner, but they need to find a way to actually get it into their lounge rooms and start generating an income. With a $6 million website behind them, the transparency of Armin and the affordable way to actually produce a mini miner, there's not too many companies that I know in MLM where you actually get a product that creates a return. Most are on what we know is what's called an auto ship down in Australia. We purchase a product and we're there to consume that product every month. In this one, we buy the product and we get a return every month. It's very exciting, Paul.
It truly is. And when we think about the number of people that join network marketing and they may buy a $1,000, $1,500 package or whatever, and a lot of people when they join, they've been to a meeting, they've been all pumped up and they're all excited and they think they're going to go out there and recruit the world and make 1 million sales, and they talk to their friends laugh at them and don't buy anything, and they may wind up just not having the success that they wanted to have, and as you said, they have a monthly auto ship and that sort of thing. But let's just take a look at the scenario with someone that joins Vista and then purchases the mini miner. And let's say that they talk to some friends to make a sale and they don't buy it. And then let's say they try to recruit some friends and none of the friends sign up. So let's say a year from now, they're a total failure. They couldn't recruit anybody. They couldn't make a single sale. And what do they wind up with? They've got a little mining operation going on in their home where they've made hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So you can't lose. I think that this is a new model for network marketing. I think that I don't know of any other network marketing company where there's zero failure rate. Everyone that joins is going to earn some money. It's just the ones that roll up their sleeves and go to work will earn more. Anyway, did anyone else, Steve, from your group want to say hi today?
I'm just going to check in. We're going to have our CBM host here with over 40 million viewers, Cambodian network, a gentleman called Cameron Sarr, who's the gentleman that introduced me to Vista. I want to pass you over to him, Paul. Thank you so much for your time today. We look forward to meeting with yourself and your team members and fellow Vista team members that come on board at some of the summits and some of our launches. And we look forward to reaching out. We're obviously here down under. If anyone needs any hand or assistance at all to direct them back through the corporate and upline as well. Thank you so much for your time, Paul. I'm going to pass you over to Cameron now. Thank you.
Okay. Cameron, welcome to the call.
Hey, Paul, and thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to come on the conference call tonight. And also thanks, Steve, for sharing that testimonial. It's fantastic, mate. And my name is Cameron, and my background is in the bank making industry. So as a banker, we hate cash. We don't like cash at all. Cash is our number one public enemy, number one. So in terms of money, we like to have everything electronic because then we can check on the ledger, we can see where the money goes and so on. We can also use that to make more money for the bank. So that's how I learned from when I was working at the bank. So now I'm an ex-banker, and from there on I realized that if the bank doesn't like cash, physical cash, there's so many things that can go missing, things that they cannot control, out of their control. Even the tax department doesn't like cash, so they all love electronic money. So from that day on, I come to realize that there is a way, and now here we are. Cryptocurrency is here to take over the world, and the world is changing so fast. We've got to change. We've got to change quick to it. We've got to be able to adapt to all this change in technology, especially in cryptocurrency. It's the future of digital money. That's what everyone is saying right now. So that's a bit about my background. But how I come across to Vista Network is through a friend of mine who's been in network marketing. We were friends a few years back, and I want to say thank you to Humberto, who introduced me to Vista Business, and also thanks Steve and all the Australian leadership team that has believed in it, that has seen this like I do. And I think it's important that Vista management team also, Armin and his team has also brought us here to America to see the real thing that's happening. So being transparent as a company has given us the opportunity to understand that, this company is for real. And we are definitely in this as well, because we see there's a future potential in cryptocurrency. As you know, Bitcoin is taking off. And for me, I look at trends like this that can build myself and my family and all my Australian teams, all the Australian people, to take them forward towards the future of successful businesses, and come across Vista as one of the company that can change the whole Australian continent. I'm so proud to be able to come here and see this happening right now. But I just want to share with you, Paul, something that I like to share. Every time I come across a company that I like, that I'm in, I also become committed to it and take action and share the vision of the company with all the other people, friends and family and Australian out there. And what I like about that is that with Vista, you get all the calls coming through, you get all the updates, and we can share that throughout all the social media platforms right now. Facebook, YouTube, it's big. Everyone is very, very active on it. And that could give everyone opportunity to get that message across instantly. And for me, I always listen to your call, Paul. This conference call is the call that gets me tick every night. I get up every night, 7 o'clock, the alarm comes on, turn on the conference call. I listen to you, and I share that with all across my team. We have a big group in Australia, and when we go back to Australia, it's going to be a big team that we have coming across with us from even other MLM industry, and they are waiting for this. They're waiting for us to report to them and say, is this true? Is this happening? And is this for real? So, all of
Cameron, thank you for sharing. I look forward to coming down and meeting all of your group down there, your team, as you put it all together and have a big group. I really look forward to coming down.
Thank you, Paul.
And was there anyone else you wanted to share from down under, or was that it for now? Or?
That's it for now, Paul. Thank you.
Okay, well, excellent. And I look forward to meeting you personally, giving you a big hug here. Well, next I wanted to come back to the East Coast of the United States of America here and have a gentleman who is no stranger to network marketing. This guy is probably, has more network marketing experience than 95% of you on the phone call tonight. Matter of fact, often when you talk about friendships, you equate them in years. Well, I've been friends with that guy for 5 years. Well, I've been friends with this guy for 2 or 3 years. Well, I've been friends with that guy for 10 years. Well, this gentleman, our friendship spans a couple decades, and it's my pleasure to introduce you, a very dear friend of mine, someone that we've networked together, we've flown in and met at places and made trips together and hung out with each other, and just a swell guy. And that's, Ronald Gene Ottaviano here.
Hi, Paul.
How are you?
Can you hear me okay? I have to say
that. Loud and clear.
Is the mic working?
Loud and clear.
All right, Paul. I got to say everything in pieces here because I can't tell you how much I love Paul Morris. I've known Paul, I think, even before I knew myself. Could I bring a little levity to this conference call, Paul?
Sure.
I got to say something. Armin is the greatest guy in the world, and I'm going to get to Armin in a second, but Paul is a sweetheart. Paul is a leader. Paul is a mentor. I mean, I can't tell you what it means to be working with Paul Morris. It's an experience. It really is. And when you have a chance to capture a moment in time to work with such an incredible person like Paul Morris, you realize what the pedigrees are all about, you know. And we've been through so much. We've been through a Vietnam War together. We've been in the trenches. We've been up and down, up and down, up and down. And it was so beautiful to see the multi-millionaires that came out of network marketing. And now, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you know, cryptocurrency came on the scene. And, you know, I actually, a few years back, my history in network marketing came after about 10 years on Wall Street. My family came out of the entertainment business. My dad wrote a #1 record back in the late 50s that sold 30 million of them. And I started doing magic and stand-up comedy and other things. And then, of course, I got back into, supporting a family, got married at 24 years old, been married 32 years, lost my wife to breast cancer last year. And it's been an up and down road for me. But, you know, I got to say one thing. The most important thing is people and relationships. You know, it's not how much money you have in this world. It's who you know. And when you know people like Paul, and Paul vouches for you as a person, that's a big thing, folks. It's a big thing. You know, we've been around the block. We know what's going on out there in the cryptocurrency industry. And, you know, when I heard about Bitcoin, just to make it real, you know, fast here, I don't want to take up too much time, but I was working with Nick Spanos, the godfather of Bitcoin, as far as I'm concerned. You can catch Banking on Bitcoin on YouTube and other channels. And Nick said something very interesting to me a few years ago. He said, Ron, the promise of a decentralized world is how we can have the same benefits that we're used to getting from centralized entities, but in a decentralized way where the power remains in the people. And I thought that was brilliant. And when he told me that, even though I knew how great it was, I didn't realize that the biggest millionaires I was ever going to meet was at the Bitcoin Center. And I told Nick, because, you know, I'm like a visionary, you know, I think, you know, I kind of like to think of myself as a visionary. And when I understood what the internet did for information, Bitcoin is doing for money. And they had all these student partners coming to the Bitcoin Center in New York City that have literally revolutionized the trading market of digital coins in a competitive billion-dollar market to which only a few have access to, especially at that time. All this proprietary software was developed in the specialized teams and, you know, bringing the opportunity to anyone who wanted to start at that time trading in the market of digital coins. Of course, when the mining operations started hitting in a big way, because you had the Mama Maxi miners, you know, and now, you know, touching back on Armin, you know, Armin is a world-class entrepreneur, and I like to almost think of him, because I think of myself as like the Jay Leno of this whole industry. I'd like to think of Arnold, not Arnold, I'm thinking of Arnold Schwarzenegger now. I'd like to think of Austin Powers, Armin as the Austin Powers of this industry. I say that because I did say I was going to bring some levity here, as not a world-class playboy, but a world-class entrepreneur who's a special agent bringing us this mini-me, this mini miner, okay? And I said, you know, I would try to bring some humor here, but we have a mini-me. I mean, we're going to be the first ones to, you know, who wouldn't want to be, you know, a guy played by Vern Troyer in the second and third Austin Power movies, who wouldn't want to be as popular as mini-me back then? It was a big thing in the late 90s. But now you have the miner. You have a business, okay? You have a mini miner, all right, that you can show people that actually produces income. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's called a no-brainer, okay? So when I looked at that, you know, going through all the things that we went through, I could say, look, are we entrepreneurs who are very comfortable in a high-risk environment with absolutely no guarantee of success? Yes, we are. That's how we live. That's how we roll. And if you're not willing to take those chances, that's why so many people got involved in all these scams, because they wanted to really make it in this industry. And Vista, for the first time, is giving us an opportunity to be aligned with a company that's a global elite multi-cryptocurrency technology company, providing the first mover advantage, giving everybody dedicated leading-edge technology, and, of course, providing the ongoing education and edification of all the cryptocurrency so that you understand exactly what you're getting involved in. And, of course, it all stems back to, are we going to be in a business that we can truly, look into this business model and say, what do we have here? Well, we have a product, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have hype. We don't have, look at the promise of this and the possibility of that and the owners that you can't meet because they're in some other country. And ladies and gentlemen, wake up and smell the crypto opportunity that we have here with Vista. It's absolutely amazing, and you're going to get a chance to meet some of the people behind the company. Armin is an absolute world-class entrepreneur. He's got the heart of a distributor because he was one, and so does Paul. These guys are coming from distributor backgrounds who have made mega millions in this industry, and they're humbling themselves, stepping away where they could be retired, they could be on the beaches of the world right now, but they're giving you the opportunity to take a hold of and really run with this thing. I don't see that as something that happens all the time. I've waited 32 years for this opportunity, and I'm about to hug it like a bear hug, like a sumo wrestler, and just go out there with the passion of Anthony Robbins and with the humor of Jay Leno. Back to you, Paul.
Well, thank you, Ron. And all I can say is, wow, you certainly gave a great overview of the global magnitude of this and the impact that we're having inside this cryptocurrency space. And I think we had one other field leader that was going to join us tonight. Ed, are you on the call?
Yeah, Ed's got noise, so this is Lee.
Oh, Lee. Okay, then Lee. You know what? Ed and Lee are just another two of our top leaders out there in the field. They've been in the industry for a long time. They've got impeccable character and integrity. They're well known. They're just giants in our industry. And I think that it's important that we bring people onto a call like this of their background and their character, because when you see that people of their stature look at something like this and it captures their attention, that means there's got to be something here. So, Lee, share with us what attracted you to Vista.
Well, I'll tell you what. Thanks a lot, Paul. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that's been on the call so far, sharing their stories. But I want to talk to every individual out there that has desires. I have been in the network marketing industry for 27 years, and I'm a former Marine. And I was invited to a meeting back in 1990, and they shared the possibility of being able to not only have your own business, but be able to help others at the same time and empower people and be able to not only earn income from the work you do, but from the efforts of others as you build a team and you invest in that team and you work with the people. So I was bitten by that bug. And if you are a person out there, I'm talking to you, every single one of you out there that has a desire that said, my goodness, when is something good going to come my way that I can actually be a part of? If you're the type of person, I mean, obviously customers, everyone can win here. Customers, people that want to mine passively, and also people that want to be active. So right now I'm talking to people that want to be actively involved in something that is bigger than you even realize. This is not just another cryptocurrency opportunity. So many times we go out there in this industry, in network marketing, and just like what Paul was saying earlier, you try to hawk off these products that no one wants because there's a million other products just like it that they can go grab that's cheaper. Okay? The only people that join are the ones that see beyond just the product and the vision. They see the vision and the opportunity. But what if you could have something, be a part of a company that has, first of all, one of the products. There's going to be more products coming, okay? One of the products that you can share with people, we've already talked about it, the mini miner, the connects from what I read earlier on one of the posts or something, the Maxi Miner pool. Anyway, it's a smart pool for Vista. But what if you had something that everybody wants? I don't know anybody on the planet Earth that would not like to have a device that automatically mined cryptocurrency, that translated to fiat currency whenever the heck you wanted to translate it to, and it did it 24/7, 365 days a year. I don't know anybody that wouldn't want to do that. The truth is, the people that I've been working with all over for years and years, inherently people are pretty lazy. I mean, that's the fact. There's some real go-getters out there, but why are they go-getters? Because they are working hard to get to a point where they don't have to be the go-getter, and some of them continue to be go-getters, don't get me wrong. I'll probably be the same way anyway, because that's the way I am. But people are inherently lazy. Take a look at some of the casinos out there that people are just throwing their money down hoping to hit the big one. Look at the lottery, okay? So the fact is, we can cater to everyone. The lazy people, the people that don't want to do anything, the people that aren't sales reps, the people that want to get active and be involved and go all the way to a massive business, but you plug yourself into a company. The good thing is with network marketing, you don't even have to worry about, formulating the company. That's already been done. The product's being done, the vision, and you got people all around putting this whole thing together. My point is, you're going to be able to be a part of Vista Network, a completely global opportunity that you can run this business, plug in your miner from anywhere, run your business from anywhere, leverage your time, and you got people that really care, real people, real company, and it's all just taking a little bit of too much time to get everything done. And I'll tell you real quick, the reason it's taken so much time to get this done is because they're doing it right. They're doing it for the long term, and they're going to do it so that way it's not going to break every 5 seconds, and it's worth the wait. So I want you guys to understand that Vista, there's more to Vista than just the mini miner. We've got the Vista mining. We've got the Vista pool. We've got Vista coin coming out. We've got Vista exchange where you can be a part of this Vista massive exchange, just like the other exchanges out there doing all the coins. And imagine you can be a part of all of this vision. Okay? Time and financial freedom is right there for you. I just wanted to send the message out there because we've been talking a lot about rules and regulations. I want you to catch the vision and then follow the rules and regulations involved with this. Okay? Catch the vision. Make your dreams come true. Be a part of Vista. Stick with it. Don't give up. Stay focused. And I will meet all of you as much as I possibly can wherever we're traveling. All right? Back to you, Paul.
Lee, you're the best. You're awesome. That was a great overview that gives it the big perspective, and the fact that I think anyone that was just listening to you saying, "Well, I hadn't heard this or that," and yeah, that's right, folks. Lee's aware of all the things that are coming down the pike here, and what you're looking at, and what you've seen, and what you've heard so far. Folks, it's just the tip of the iceberg. This thing is just going to continue to get bigger and better, and your opportunity is going to enlarge, and you're going to have a chance to make your wildest dreams come true. And I love what Lee said. He's been patient. He's one of the very early ones. And they say that the penalty for the early ones is that the pioneers, you get the arrows in the back. And Lee's been there through the thick and thin of the transition from 1.0 to 2.0, the transition to the new software. But like he pointed out, we're taking the time to do it right, so that we only need to do it once, so that we can be here forever and ever and ever. This is our whole goal, is to make this a long-term opportunity that will give you that long-range, reliable residual earnings that everybody's dreamed about, but found very difficult to capture in this industry. So we are special. We are different. You've heard from some incredible speakers tonight. That it is totally awesome. Ron, super job. And from the folks down under, I look forward to meeting you all personally when I get down to do a meeting in Australia soon. And Armin, of course, you always just inspire everybody with the great vision that you have. So with that, folks, we'll see you Sunday night at 10 o'clock for our corporate update, and we may have some new surprises for you. So tune in Sunday night, same number. Good night. God bless, and thanks for tuning in. Good night for now.
Go Vista.